So the topic or topics rather that nilikuwa nafikiria kuzungumzia ni music as an academic discipline na dialogue in Kenyan film. Hizi ndio the ideas that nimeshare posts around on Instagram and on Facebook and Twitter. So nimeshare for the film, and which happened yesterday, Saturday. Ilikuwa on Facebook and on Instagram. Then the one on music as an academic discipline on all the platforms. And these two conversations zina stem from different places and different sources. So as it seems, nimesema again that I don't think to delve into the conversations here, but just also kuset the foundation ya future exploration of the same. The first one has to do with academic rap, courtesy of someone who inspires and has inspired me a lot. Mi huona interviews zake sana, musikiza mziki yake sana, mi huona live sessions zake sana, and nimemuongelea kwa hizi lives as well a number of times. Ni the reason nilianza Sunday sessions, you can say. But the idea ni academic rap and taking rap and hip hop into academic spaces, taking rap na hip hop into MIT, an institution that is not known for doing that, but taking the art form to such spaces na kuona its possibilities. That is the general idea. And within that, kuna looking at rap and hip hop from different perspectives that inform the idea of studying rap na hip hop academically na kuipush into spaces za academia. So that is the idea that inform the conversation na inform the ideas that nilikuwa nimeshare during the week, kama kuna possibility ya kuangalia sasa, moving now from academic rap na kuangalia from perspectives za linguistics, perspectives za literature, sociology and the like. Kuna very many more angles, perspectives za psychology, history, and looking at music, rap music na hip hop from hizo perspectives. Nilikuwa nafikiria if we can extrapolate the same na to extend to music generally here. Looking at that conversation, the reason ni rap na, as this person would explain it, ni because of how ina mimic human speech as far as music genre as the closest art form to human speech. And wame come from that angle, na angle ya spoken art kwa mziki. Now, tukienda kwa my other idea, vile nimefikiria after watching this conversation on academic rap, which I'll give the details more when we are having this officially. Baadaye, or whenever that happens, ni that I'm thinking of music now and Kenyan music, not music in generally for the entire globe, but Kenyan music. If tunaweza approach how other fields watu huzi approach in, where undertakings in those disciplines, the goal ni progress hizo disciplines. So whatever undertaking people are doing, inakuanga tunajaribu kuendelea. So tukona this as the body of work yenye ni sociology, tukona this kwa political science, tukona this kwa neuroscience, tukona this kwa quantum physics. So whatever it is tunafanya as undertakings for these separate disciplines, tunajaribu progress easy fields. na kuongeza to what we already have, kuangalia the theories that zina exist, kuangalia what has been practiced, what has been examined, kuangalia the gaps that are there, kuangalia this is what we have, how can this help me take this idea ama this thought, this hunch to another level, na kujaribu kuboost na kubuild kile kinacho exist tayari. So hizo ndizo zinakuanga ideas na what informs undertakings in academic disciplines ama other disciplines. Kijumla, sana nafikiria if the same inaweza happen kwa music, and whether we can take that same approach, kunaweza kuwa na a byproduct of taking this creative art form in music into different spaces, sana sana academic spaces, academic spaces. That could be a byproduct at some point, but the idea ni kuifanya ikue another discipline that pia if you are to come in and look at what unaweza fanya na kile kimefanywa, hizi ndizo the conversations that tunaweza have. Tunaweza in some sort of way tuangalie theories that particular artists wali have, certain ideological frameworks that wali create, kuangalia approaches za watu kikuja kwa certain ideas and how watu in those particular ideas wali express on them, na zipi hazijafanywa, kulikuwa na what differences, what similarities, na kuijenga for maybe the sake of doing that. Then kunaweza kuwa na deliberate effort ya kujaribu saa kusema now we are taking it to these spaces, na you can show this is the catalog, this is the body of work that exist, this is the history of what we've been able to do, and kuipeleka huko. Art definitely imeingia into spaces za different conversations in this country over the years, kama ni kwa panel discussions and the like, ni vitu that zimehappen as far as artists kuparticipate in such. Lakini kuna the other angle ya centering works of art as the foundation and then taking that na kuzi-examine further, kuona what was happening within the work. So hiyo ni another conversation, another aspect outside of spaces that ni tumekuja hapa ku dissect works of art now into other possible spaces. But pia kwa hizi spaces za art yukoneka tunaweza come up na possible frameworks za kuangalia hizi bodies of work that can create this as any other discipline. So that is the idea that nilikuwa nawaza kuhusu ikija kwa mziki ya Kenya, whether that's a possibility, whether ni something that ni valid and such. But vile nimesema ni kitu that tuta expand on further, so I'm just planting the seeds sahi na kushare more on where nilikuwa na come from with hizo posts that nimeshare hii wiki, if you've happened to see them. Pia if you've not happened to see them, still ni sawa, nimekupatia a background of what is happening na the title ya hii video as I am here live. Maybe it's different when you may publish, but that's the sort of thought process that nilikuwa nayo, and the examples I used had to do with economics and picking it kama capitalism, and whether as creatives, as artists, we see it na tunajiuliza this is how tumeongelea capitalism in music from this and this perspectives. So since music haijakuwa structured hivyo, we'll have to go to other fields and pull from there as far as theories ziko concerned, because in studying vitu kama literature, you go to other fields and pick theories from there. Kuna theory, there is a unit tulifanya ilikuwa inaitwa theory of literature, na ilikuwa na several theories that you can use for literary criticism that come from different fields. Some of these also ni from linguistics na from literature itself. Yes, so kuna vitu kama structuralism, kulikuwa na Marxism, kulikuwa na feminism, kulikuwa na deconstruction. So there are a number of ways that you can, kulikuwa na formalism, and upon the discussion ya form na content ina come in. Kuna number of theories na frameworks that zinaweza tumika while you are studying works of literature. Then kuna other theories too that you can carry from different fields, uzi interchange, toa hii peleke hapa, toa hii lete hapa, tuende kwa field ingine tulete hapa, and so they intermarry na huwa zina feed into each other. So the idea ni, if we can do the same, so obviously we'll be getting theories and frameworks from different fields, zile vitu that ziko pale tayari na zimekuwa structured. Then we can also come up with new theories and new ideas of how to do the same. Ndio, as we are building this, iko na its own ideas as well as any other academic discipline, apart from borrowing from others, which is very much okay. But at the same time, we are building na knowledge na cumulative. So as you're building from other disciplines, also music itself inajijengea theories zake, na hisi idea hata mpya inajijengea theories zake, inajijengea ideas zake na thought processes zake za kuweza kujistudy, za kuweza progress. So if we are looking at capitalism, which is something economic, tunaweza enda into kutika Marxism, so ndio natuangalie hivi tumuongelea class relations kwa mziki, up until this point hatujafanya hii na hii tumefanya. So creatively, where else can we go tukiangalia class relations? And even the example was, as capitalism, do I know how capitalism is currently structured? Na niendelee kutoka hapo, outside of situations, outside of creative contexts that require you not to go to the past and maybe reflect, or don't demand you kuenda as you are building. So outside of these contexts that will require you maybe to creatively revisit the past and go into certain areas that see from the point ego moving forward, outside of that, where else can this go? Are we thinking that way? Nikasema pia idea ingine ilikuwa ya kuhusu mapenzi, topic yenye wasanii cannot live without. So niseme, tumeangalia love kwa njia fulani, hii na hii, nini hatujafanya, mengi hatujafanya. But using that approach, it's an academic approach, but you are thinking that way, then we are moving forward and we are building, so that the art form in a progress, na it's becoming a discipline. And then as we are, vile nimesema, borrowing from other disciplines, other places, in turn other disciplines and other areas can look upon us. So if you're looking at capitalism economically, watu waone what music is doing with the same, what are they thinking, what theories are they coming up with, what are they saying, then kuona that can tie into the economy. Kuona, so mmesema hivi kuhusu love, let's look at this sociologically, let's look at this psychologically. Now, is there a possibility that this can build psychology as a field, and vice versa, zijengane, ziintermarry, ziinterlink, na kukuwe na that sort of progress. Hizo ndizo ideas nilikuwa nazo, na vile nilikuwa naifikiria move from the original idea ya the conversation that niliona on academic rap kwenda into other areas na bring to Kenyan music. And the idea pia ni kujaribu kuendeleza what Kenyan music is from an artistic standpoint, from a merit standpoint, from a creative standpoint, kwa sababu nikaa tuko stagnant sana. Haya ni mazungumzo ambayo tutachangamkia baadaye. Nimepata some articles mtandaoni before nikuja hapa. Nilikuwa na make random searches on Google kuona what nitapata. So hizi ni articles that I've not even read them. Nilikuwa nizisome live. So the day we'll have these conversations, I will come through and read them. So nime bookmark moja, but it seems I'll have to bookmark the rest. Then we'll come and read them together. The study of music as an academic subject, the study of music as an academic discipline. So there has been work done around this area already. Now that can be a great place to start. And this is the thing that nasema in a tie into this perfectly, that the idea ni kuendeleza the conversation na build a discipline na build a space and a field, so which will be the same thing that tutakuwa tuna explore with our conversation pia, as we read through what has happened and the ideas that ziko pale, and we look at possible prospects and where inaweza enda. So hiyo ndio my sort of thinking. Kuna an article ya Wikipedia ya hip hop in academia. Hizo ndizo tutakuja na tutachangamkia. Pia itakuwa interesting kwa sababu as I shared those posts, nilisema I would love, even before I did, the idea was to just share something small kwanza, kuona where people are with the thoughts, kuona where people are with the idea. But outside of that, nilikuwa nataka ni build further into an article that naweza kaa na niandike. So with other articles as well, nisiandike tu blindly, because that's another thing with easy disciplines zingine. You are not writing blindly ukidhani ni umeanzisha hii idea, hata hii ya music kama academic discipline. Ni ideas ziko na nimesema ni cumulative. So tuko hapa, unajaribu build na kuendelea. So that is the same thing, kutumia different sources kuona what ina exist na kuangalia the possibility. So the same thing that nitafanya when I sit na niandike my article. Imekuwa a long time since niandike such articles, but nitaifanya, I think.